just want to ride through my neighborhood, the neighborhood that I grew up in. These are new. This wasn't here. This is all new. This is my house. Next door, they renovated next door, but right here, this is my house. That was my parents' bedroom. Yep.
It's a lot of great people here, but we're neglected. We ask and ask and ask, and we can't get anything. But as soon as a white family move into the neighborhood, look how quickly they built the Starbucks.
They just like that.
Look how many credit unions get opened up and down our corridors. There's no issues with zoning, there's no issues with money, finances, none of that. It just happens like that, just because they came. But we can't even get a rec center to protect young black men and women who dying of gun violence out here.
It is not about how proper or how educated you are. But when you're black, you're black, you're black, you're black.
They didn't have any right to foreclose on my home.
Do you know what this house provided for this community?
Gentrification is a quiet form of racism. Sometimes you don't notice, you're so excited about that new grocery store in the neighborhood, and then you realize, oh, that's not built for you. That's built for who's coming. That's built for the couple who just moved down the street with their dog and their baby stroller. The cost of living there rises, and the people there who don't have good enough jobs have to go.
Chicharrón con queso, frijol con queso y loroco con queso.
This empty lot here used to be 58 families and a mercado. And the building burned down 3 times. Now, how does a building burn 3 times? Well, clearly it was arson. And you know what the owner wanted to do was develop condos for luxury people.
Amazon fucking got all these buildings behind
For the distribution center, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
Big fucking warehouse.
Wow. Well, I hope they give us the jobs, you know? San Francisco in the last 15 years has become the hub for the tech industry and its growth. We have Facebook, we have Google, we have Twitter. It brought in thousands and thousands of workers from all over the country. You know, the average age in San Francisco now is 38 to 45 years old. It's a culture clash. When you talk about diversity, for us here in the community, it usually means less of us.
Gentrification is cultural genocide. It's a struggle between profit over people or people over profit. So piece by piece, we got to fight for every inch that we have that represents our culture here in the city and the nation's capital.
The Shaw U Street area has really gone through a tremendous gentrification process. In 1980, 80% of the residents were African American. By 2010, only 30% of the population was African American, and whites were the majority. And it is the most historic black community in the nation's capital and maybe within the United States.
You know, I grew up here. You know, you're the model of the block because, you know, opened the business and everybody was happy about that. People come to the salon and happy to see a business here. You know, a black business here. It looks wonderful.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then gentrification started coming in and new developers started looking at the area. I had a 10-year lease. I was into my first year and, you know, spent my savings to renovate, and we were asked to leave like as soon as 6 months.
Capitalism is definitely an excuse for social injustice. It says like, you can achieve anything, you just gotta keep working hard, and one day you can be on top. And it allows room for us to wag the finger. It allows room for us to say, bad person, you didn't try hard enough. Not just when it comes to Black people, when it comes to poor folk, when it comes to houseless people. When gentrification comes, a lot of people aren't really sympathetic to those being pushed out, because it's like, oh, well, maybe they should have tried a little hard enough. Maybe they should have kept their communities a little cleaner. But there is a lack of resources and abundance inside of a lot of our communities, and the overall American picture doesn't paint that.
Why give people cans? Fresh vegetables. Why is it that rich people can eat prime rib and the people who mop the floors, why should they eat anything less?
Vulnerability is being generated. I mean, basically, there wouldn't be any gentrification without housing discrimination. There wouldn't be gentrification without racism. So that comes first, right? Not letting people live in certain communities, not letting them have loans, not letting them have jobs that are going to help them to purchase houses. Certain neighborhoods are for certain people. And all of that happened before gentrification.
Oh, I like it. My struggle made my hustle. America has not been a place where it's about unity, to be honest. You know what I mean? They say united, but the United States have always been a division. The government is just leaving little crumbs, and everybody's fighting over it.
There's a great swell of cheers to welcome Martin Luther King.
Because I have a dream.
It's a beautiful day in some neighborhoods, not all. The other day, we visited a place we could not afford. An old man looked at us like, lack like, wide like, unhinged. I looked back like, get punched. Then I asked if I fit into a mold, instead of asking if I fit into my rights. My rights, my rights, right. I want us to ask our fears what crimes they commit and tell them to go back instead.